Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Minis and Mayhem, Season 3, Lost in Leviathan. I'm your hostess and dungeon master, the ever lovely Joan Klock, joined today by my salty sea dog. Can I get an R?
Arr!
Arr!
Love my crew. Once again, I am joined by Rae Barnes, Jarid Castiglione, Trevor Terry, and Chris White. When we last left off, the party had just managed to survive through the pounding heart of the Leviathan, passing through each of its 4 chambers to reclaim the parts for their ship's rudder. And now, the crew is finding themselves in a bit of a predicament, as their chef no longer seems to remember them, or really have any clue about where he currently is.
Well, I
Cookie.
hate to say
Or
this again, but
Dell?
thanks for back there. That was quite amazing what you all can do. Might I inquire, where exactly are we?
Um. So it's Dell,
We are inside
right?
Which
Yeah,
one of you is the
what-
authoritative figure here?
I am. So it's Dell, right? Is what you.
That is correct. My name is Dell Lintin.
So, you know your original name was Cookie, right?
No, my parents named me Dell ever since I was a young baby, so that's incorrect. I can make cookies, again, as you guys keep referring, but I don't currently have any on my possession, so that will have to wait. If you take me to your kitchen, I'm sure I could whip something up.
So
Hey,
I have
the
a,
rest of the crew, real quick, huddle, guys. Come here, guys, real quick, before you say anything else.
Oh yes, have your secret meeting. I'll be
Yep.
over here.
Hey, so this is something I've seen before. It's like battle shock. It's happened to some of the other crew I've been with. So just pretend like he's a new person. It's the best way to move forward. Just to, placate him. Eventually his memories will come back and it'll all be good. This has happened before.
Sir,
No,
this
okay.
feels a
Don't-
lot more severe.
yeah. I don't. Cause like you know how like Cookie is with like remembering things as of recent. So I don't know. This could be another situation where maybe he hit his head and is forgetting a lot of stuff.
I don't think he's hit his head at all, actually. I
Hmm.
think it's quite. Can I roll a check to see if Azure is put together that Dell probably is giving away his memories of this?
I will let you roll, let's see, medicine, history, or not history, medicine, religion, or arcana. Either of those are fine.
Let's do a medicine check.
Cool.
Oh man.
12.
Well, not gonna get that crit, unfortunately, that you see in the other dice slot there.
Why didn't anyone give me help?
It's why you don't roll with advantage. You gotta toggle it off, or otherwise you get disappointed by all the crits you miss.
I really don't care.
But anyway, I mean, like with a 12, it's pretty easy to tell that like you can look at his physical condition. Dell has not taken severe cranial damage. So no blunt injuries, no head trauma. Whatever is causing his memories to be missing is not because of any sort of battlefield trauma.
Mhm. I think it's safe to say that whatever was causing the memory loss in the middle of the night has probably caused the memory loss here. But it seems it's much more severe this time.
Well, that being said, we probably should still address him as he wishes and just inform him of the situation. He seems pretty calm. He's just asking questions. So maybe there's a way we can get him back to how he was before.
Okay.
Yeah. And break.
Probably.
Hey, Dell.
Yes?
I-
Did you accomplish what you were trying to do in that little meeting?
Yes, we did. We just wanted to talk about what we're going to do with you, Dell. Fancy we found you in here. We're actually inside a giant creature called a Leviathan.
Oh,
We're all trapped in here. We're trying to make our
dear.
way out. And you used to be on our crew.
That I was following you. Giant Leviathan creature. That makes sense. Being trapped inside of it also makes sense. Trying to get out also makes sense. But I lost you at the last part. I was what to you?
You were a member of our crew. Not
Hmm.
my crew, the captain's crew. This is the captain to my right here.
Hello, the captain.
Yeah.
Oh no,
You
I'm
can introduce
KO.
yourself.
I'm
Yeah.
KO.
Kale. I do like that. It's a superfood, they
No,
say as
no.
well.
And
KO.
I'm Vince, and this is Azure.
Hello.
Ko, Azure, and Vince. Who might you be? The one with the mop.
Oh, hello, sir. I am my name is Intern. He kind of crosses his fingers, hoping, praying.
Pleasure to meet you, Intern.
He
Very
said
lovely
my
name you have there.
name!
Yeah, I mean, doesn't everyone call you your name?
No!
Oh, that's not very
He's kind
nice.
of it's kind of a thing where he's the intern of the crew, so he's just called intern.
I can't
No.
say his name correctly, so I just say intern.
Interesting.
It's really not that hard to say.
It really
It
is.
really isn't.
No, it really isn't.
It's
Listen. It's really hard for me, okay?
Right.
Wait, I have an idea. Guys, maybe
Mhm.
this will jog his memory. And I cast Goodberry. I have 10 berries appear in my hand. Here, eat these. They'll help. They always help me.
Oh, say
I
less.
see
These
you've
these
taken
are
some
one of my
hits. This'll
favorites
heal
from
you.
my childhood. But I would
Wait.
usually stop at 2. Thank you. Very much satisfactory. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
KO's jaw drops to the ground.
Azure just kind of seething over in the corner. Just like seething, honestly.
You guys should have some as well. They're very nutritious to some extent, although some could say that the taste is acquired.
Yeah. Vince just puts the rest in his pocket. If you guys want any, just let me know.
I'm good.
Yeah. So you used to hate those. So that's weird.
Hate.
Yeah.
Dell,
'Cause
what's
you
the
were our-
last
you
thing
were
you
our-
remember?
You were our cook, and you found the good berries to be tasteless and bad.
I mean,
Yeah.
what can be bad about them? I mean, they satisfy a very particular craving, and that is being satiated by one tiny little magical berry. I mean, who could have something wrong with that? And you have something to say?
maybe we should say this away from the giant pounding machinery and all of the robot death troops that are planning to move towards us.
Oh, that's right. They probably won't stop there, huh?
Yeah, it's probably a good
Have we
idea.
have we asked them nicely to not hurt us?
Let's move. Let's go.
Yeah, if you'd follow
I'm just
us,
saying
we could
that's
bring
an
you back
option.
to our camp.
Sure. I mean, if I'm stuck inside a giant creature and you have some semblance of civilization, I think that's a great place to retreat to.
You could call it civilized, at least. Yeah.
Lead the way.
Well, pass without a trace is concentration, right?
Yeah, that is no longer
That would have
going.
been
Yeah,
given up for Hunter's Mark.
Yes.
Cool. In that case, can I get a group stealth check?
Oh, let's
to
go.
Try and slip out.
Hi, yeah.
Yikes. Hey, I rolled good! Yay!
Come on, intern. Okay.
Average, I guess.
We take the average, or rather, we look at how many people passed and how many people failed. So I'm gonna say, looking at the DC, 3 of you passed and 2 of you failed. So I'm gonna say that as a whole, the group is able to slip through the pools, the heated pools around the heart, as the troops, some of them start to storm into the heart to double check on the lost parts.
Sick.
You slip out and find yourself next to a pile of seaweed.
So are we like on the other side since like where we came in? Like on the other side?
I'd allow you to be. I was intending on you being back of the chamber or
Okay.
the doorway from which you arrived, but
I think she put us next to the seaweed where the robot is living inside
Yeah.
of.
I was like, is 7 still here?
Yeah.
Can I do an
yeah,
investigation check to see if I missed anything in the seaweed?
sure, go ahead.
All right, come on, baby. No money, no whammy. No money, no whammy.
Amazing.
It's a good thing you didn't have disadvantage there. So yeah, you dig through the pile, and you do find it looks like a small chest that was missed.
Yay, treasure! And I throw it on my back.
Good
You're
job,
not gonna
Captain.
try to open it, Captain?
I'll open it back at the ship.
Right.
Okay. Where the rest of the bloodthirsty pirates are that might steal it from you. Good idea.
Good idea.
Hey, they have their own treasure, okay? Finders keepers.
Did somebody say something about treasure?
Yeah, there's a huge treasure room that we're not supposed to tell anyone about.
Oh.
You've been there.
Well,
Yeah,
you
you've been
you
there.
told us about
With
it,
us.
but you weren't supposed to tell anyone about it. But you told us.
Yeah.
But we just told you. So
It's
it's
right
like,
on this map,
weird,
and I
like,
hold the
blind
map out. I hold the map out, and then I put it back in my backpack.
Wow. Click.
Yeah,
based
'cause
off
you
their
definitely have the camera.
based off their attire, do I get the impression that they are pirates?
They're definitely sailors. They do look a little ragged, a little bit covered in blood, as are you.
We are soaked.
Like
Mm,
all of
fine,
you are
though, that's
soaked
fair.
in dripping red.
I'm covered in
fair.
Azure's
hard to
white
discern.
undershirt is just turned pink. His long hair dripping.
Well, yeah. I mean, I unfortunately don't remember much. I don't really remember getting here, to be honest.
What's the last thing you remember? Just out of curiosity.
I was having difficulty trying to sell some of my recipes at one particular port town, and I was going to a different one to see if maybe it would be more lucrative, but
Were
I don't
you
know.
selling meat skewers?
And a
Oh no, that
sword.
was my next idea. One's
Okay,
just like
when
lamb
did you
and pork
recruit?
and a little bit of spices.
When did you recruit Cookie?
It would have been. And then I like say the time or something like that. Or can I do a history check?
I'm not gonna say that you need a history check for this.
Yeah,
You and
so-
intern both remember like you were there.
Yeah, so I basically tell them like the time and like the place in the port town we went to. It's like it was this day and that time or in this place, and it was I sent intern into town to get some food for us. He got a meat skewer, brought it back to me. I ate it and I recruited Cookie. He
Because the
brought me
food
the
was so
cookie
good,
and
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that part makes sense. I do cook incredibly well, from what I've heard.
And that's why you were named Cookie, because you cooked really good. Either that or you really like confections. I couldn't figure that out. I've only
I
been
think
here for a
it's-
couple months.
I think it's like usually a title for a cook on a ship. I know that you didn't have a cook on your ship because you all ate nothing
good
but
berries.
good berry, but yeah.
Interesting.
Isn't that fun?
Well, this whole conversation
there-
has been happening while I've been walking back, right? Or are
Correct.
we still standing outside of the...
Okay, we're just still
Classic
staying next to
walking
the
talk.
seaweed.
If you want to be walking back, then you're walking back.
Yeah, it's probably for the best, so we don't
Yeah.
you know stay too long where they come out and they're like, oh hey, they're right there.
Yeah. people that stole our stuff, although we replaced it, so it's all good. To fill you in some more, we are currently in search of portions of our ship to get us out of here. We're stranded. This creature goes to the bottom of the ocean. If you try to get out, you'll die unless you have a ship. We still haven't quite figured out how we're not going to get crushed by the pressure of the underwater as soon as we get out.
Right,
So we're working on that. Also, I was a member of another crew, the Astrum Pirates here. See this patch? My former captain's in here. He tried to kill me, and they're not very nice. So if you see them, let me know. He's got a weird arm,
Like,
kind of
are
tentacle-y
you
thing.
part of like a naval fleet or something? You said you're part of a crew.
We're pirates.
Oh,
Yeah. So are you.
me? A pirate?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Unless you were
you
lying
have
to
a
us the
boun-
whole time.
You have a bounty.
Bounty.
Do I have cookies?
Yeah, last I
bounty
checked, I
sheet
think
with
it
me?
was.
It's not unthinkable that you would have a copy of Cookie's Bounty.
Yeah, here you go, Cookie. This
Just
is
show
you.
it to him, yeah.
Dell, you see a bounty poster with your face and likeness on it. Dell Cookie Lintin.
Interesting. Why would anyone want me dead or alive? For what?
You never told us. Apparently, you killed some people. That's all I gathered.
It says it right there. It
Yeah.
says piracy.
Sometimes you're violent.
Piracy, a couple other things. I can't think of them because I don't have the words in front of me. As I'm like looking, it's like in front of my face.
Actually, Captain, there's a smudge there. It says burglary, theft, and murder.
Murder.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
I'm like covering it with my thumbs.
Does that ring a bell? The burglary, theft, and murder, perhaps?
I mean, I'm sure you can all understand sometimes you have to do what you have to do, no?
Oh,
Of
yes,
course.
for sure.
Mm-hmm. We're just trying to make a living, right? Like anyone else.
That's quite a high bounty for some petty burglary, though. 100,000. I must have taken something someone really cared about, like a weapon or armor.
Wait a minute, you're 100,000?
Can I... Okay, so
Your
Trevor
bounty
knows
higher than
something.
mine.
Can I make an intelligence roll to see if I can put something together here real quick?
Okay, what is it you're trying to put together here?
I would like to ask Cookie to think back if there's any points in time before this that does not remember anything at all, if he tries to think
can't-
about it.
You're asking him to
Cookie.
see the holes that he can't
Yeah.
see?
Kind of, or like
Are there
imagine, like,
holes?
well, think about how did you get to this port city? That kind of thing when you were selling this last memory. Do you remember what came before that? That kind of thing.
Cookie, there are a lot of holes in your memory,
Yeah.
a lot of things that you don't remember. Everything's just kind of fuzzy. There are a few occasional moments of clarity, but
Okay.
I mean, I don't quite remember, honestly. The last solid, tangible memory I have that isn't really cloudy is me deciding to move to the next port city to try and make some money for myself.
Is it possible that you have done horrible things in the past that you have forgotten, and so you don't know why you have this massive bounty?
I mean, that's a pretty impossible question to answer if I don't remember
Right.
it. But
It's just
I
I'm posing this to you and
guess-
everyone here. Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
I mean, do you remember every finite detail about your entire life?
No, but I can remember enough to know exactly how I ended up here.
Hmm.
Can you say the same?
No, not at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously there's holes.
What led you here to the Leviathan?
Me. I brought us here.
Like to
well,
slay
my
the monster
intention-
and save people in danger?
Yeah, pretty much just like that, except more of a vendetta against the Leviathan. I kind of overestimated my capability to slay a giant creature the size of a continent.
A little, sir.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, I commend you on finding such compatriots and friends that would enter the belly of the beast with you on your crusade.
They didn't really do it willingly. I kind of led us here as a detour, and we ended up getting eaten. That part was not part of the plan, and I regret that. And I apologize to you and everyone else. So please.
Fair. Well, then on that, I apologize for not remembering the things that I don't remember that I've done. Spade's a spade, no?
If you'd like to start over, we'd love to have you as our cook.
Sure. What do you all like to eat?
We don't have any more of that bread blubber he made, do we?
We do. He made 3 loaves. Yeah, he made 3 loaves.
So we have 2 loaves back at wherever we were. But Azure ate the last piece of the first loaf.
Okay.
So we don't have any on hand right now.
We have some food back at camp that you made. Maybe if you ate it, you could understand how you made it. I know you use portions of this beast to do so.
Yeah, very intuitive of me.
Otherwise, I haven't joined you in the kitchen. Also, you used good berries to make me like the best meal I've had within the last 4 years.
See, that's a smart
I
type.
almost
That's something
cried.
I would do. That is definitely something I would do. I love good berries.
That's still so new to me. Like, he loves good berries.
They're just so practical. It's a tiny little berry. You can make up to 10 of them. They fulfill you as much as you need to be filled, and they heal a little bit as well.
Yeah, and then you can also turn them into wine. Did you guys know that? That's if you let them ferment, they lose the magical properties, but they can still be used to make wine, and that's how we kept the alcohol running freely at our ship.
At the mention of the word alcohol, can I please make a history check on the barrel that we got from after the fight in the stomach?
Make me a history check with disadvantage.
Yes.
Not 20, not 20,
Come
not 20.
on.
Oh,
That's a
wait,
10.
that's a 10. That's
Not bad.
That's a regular person number, guys.
A regular person number.
Cool. You remember your ledger, strangely enough. You have a ledger that you keep for business transactions, usually cooking related. You pull it out and you can see a whole bunch of names on there, and listings for something called Telemunda Tonic.
Interesting. Yes, alcohol, wine, spirits, tonics, all lovely in the right capacity. And moderation, mind you, as well. Always have a keen mind.
I don't know. I've never had wine or an alcoholic beverage.
I don't think you need to try, Captain.
Well, I'm saving my first drink with it. Yusufan.
Yeah, be careful about those alcohols. Sometimes they make you see things that aren't really there.
You're right, buddy. You're absolutely right.
Yvonne just kind of looks at you and looks at Cookie. I don't think you need to be drinking alcohol. I don't think that's necessary. You're already seeing things that aren't there.
Listen, man, I want to have my first drink with you, okay?
I mean, we just met, but...
Not you, Cookie, or Dell, but you're...
Were you talking to one of them? Oh, my sincerest apologies.
No, he talks to himself sometimes.
He talks to his spirit brother.
Your spirit, like, are you haunted?
I mean, kind
Sort
of. Not really.
Am I haunting you?
Are
I didn't mean to haunt you. I'm just kind of here.
I mean, I'm cool with you being here.
I mean, I like being here. I like
Me
being
too,
able to
man.
with my brother.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, high five.
High five. Oh.
Oh, right.
That never
Sorry.
works. It never works between you two. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Wait. let's hug it out. I mean, you could just kind of like
Hey.
go inside of me. It's
Oh,
gonna be a little weird.
let's keep walking.
No,
let's keep
let's-
walking. I don't.
Okay. I'd actually like to open the chest just in case, because I have a feeling. I have a very strange feeling that it's not a treasure chest.
Then you open it up and you are surprised to find gold and gems in there.
Oh,
Jolly
Sweet.
good. Seems to be
Well,
quite a lot of
We
treasure
struck
in
it
there.
rich. This will totally be useful when we inevitably get out of here. Hopefully. Otherwise, it is just a hunk of metal.
You know how
Just
many
like
books
anything
we
else.
can buy
Hey,
with that?
now we don't need a rush to that one ship that we were trying to go to previously, that cargo ship.
I think we're far past that being an option.
Yeah, but you know, it was an option still.
No,
You
don't
don't know
think
how
it
long
was.
it's been. You know, I
Multiple
think
days
about
at this point. Probably, at least.
You know, time just flies when you're having fun. Am I right, guys?
I mean, I almost died back there. I didn't quite find that enjoyable in the least bit, personally.
No, just me. All right.
Just
All right, cool. I'll just take the treasure, tie a rope around it, and put it back on my back.
So in that
Uh-oh.
case, all of you just absolutely soaked in blood come walking back into Gut-Wrench. Everyone is giving you a wide berth because they do not want to touch whatever the heck it is that you're currently soaked in.
Is it too dense, or are we too soaked for prestidigitation to work on everyone?
No, prestidigitation will work just fine. That's perfect. You cast prestidigitation and clean everybody up. The
I'm so
blood
sorry.
gone.
I forgot that I could do that. That's so strange.
Thank you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Cookie. I mean, Dell. Really appreciate that.
You're very welcome. It is Dell, need I remind you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's
No,
going to take a
that's-
minute to
that's
get
a
used to.
Okay.
Like, to be abundantly clear, you were going by Cookie for as long as I've known you. So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to.
That's fine. I shall give you 3 more passes.
Oh,
I
what
jest, of
happens on the
course.
fourth?
I'm
Oh.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
So this is your encampment, I see. Very intriguing.
It's humble, yes, we know.
I guess at the belly of the beast, you can't really ask for more.
When we get back to the ship, I give intern the chest. Here, put this in our treasury, please.
We have a treasury on
Intern.
the ship.
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I would
Put this in
assume
my.
that you-
Put this. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming we do.
I would
then-
assume that you'd probably either have a dedicated room for just keeping stuff, or it would be in the captain's cabin.
Oh, okay. Let's put it in the captain's cabin.
You got it, sir. Will I put it up with the cats, or like under your bunk, or what kind of
just-
hiding space are we going for this?
We'll figure that out. Just put it in the office for now.
Yes, sir. He
And,
takes the chest and heads on off.
I grab the nail from Vince real quick because he still has one. And I go repair the rudder.
Awesome. With the rudder of your ship repaired, you're able to slot it on. Now you know that your ship will be able to turn if it needs to, which will help with you from getting stranded, especially since you don't have your sail and it's possible you could be rowing for a very long time.
Ah, sweet. That's all done. Now it's just the sail and, of course, our flag. All right.
Well, I suppose we should rest and recover from the recent kerfuffle, and then we can get our way onto the brain to get this over with. We're almost there.
Yeah, rest up, Dell. You got a big day tomorrow to get our flag.
But before we go to bed, Dell, I wanted to chat with you about something if you had a moment.
Sure, yes, of course.
Azure, can you check me real quick? I got pretty hurt, and that's
I guess.
I got damaged.
Cool. So we're splitting up into two groups here just for a moment then. Let's go ahead and do Cookie and
Dell?
Vincent first. Pardon, Dell and Vincent, yes. Dell and- I'm doing it too.
Yeah.
Trixie.
So Dell, when I mentioned alcohol, I could see a look of contemplation on your face. Perhaps using my talents as a ranger, I may be able to find. I'm aware of the fact that you have some alcohol hidden somewhere in this area, and perhaps I may be able to locate it. If you maybe can be some kind of dowsing rod for me, if you can just walk with me, we may be able to find this, and it maybe helps you jog your memory further.
Sure.
Yeah.
If I were me, where would I hide alcohol? I'd check maybe the normal places. I'd look for any thieves' cant to indicate where I may have hidden it.
Okay. I did see your thieves' cant written outside the door before.
Oh, you speak it as well. That's interesting. It's not a very common thing to know.
No, it just caught it up on my 10 years on the sea. Just pirate thing.
So Dell wouldn't notice, but where did Cookie store the alcohol?
I probably would have had a. Oh gosh. Maybe at the base of one of the braziers filled with the fatty liquid near the ramshackle abode that we have.
Sure, I think that's perfectly reasonable. So that's hidden out of the way, out of public sight, but
Mhm.
still in a relatively safe and accessible place.
I would agree. That's where I would hide it.
Cool.
Yeah, I can't seem to remember.
Can I now? You said it was in a. Well, I don't know that. Can I somehow use my tracking skills that I've learned as a navigator to be able to perhaps follow Dell's footsteps? Like go to his cabin, his quarters, and then kind of go from there and see if I can track his past movements.
So you're basically looking for signs of Cookie being there, of being in the area. I think I'd
Yes.
let you use survival for that.
Yes.
Here's
Score.
what the bottom of my boots look like, and I take off one of my boots.
Oh, perfect. That is perfect. Do I get advantage because he showed me his boot?
No, but I'll make the DC lower for you.
Okay. I got a 17.
17's perfectly fine. Yeah, you search around looking for little clues. You see places, some of them are obvious, like Cookie. Of course, Cookie has been around his own bunk. And you do end up finding the alcohol, thanks to a little piece of tattered clothing that matches what Cookie is wearing. It must have accidentally caught on a nail or something.
Cookie,
Aw,
look. I mean, Dell, I'm so sorry. This is going to take
that's
a minute.
all right. That's perfectly fine.
This is your alcohol I presented to him.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It seemed important to you. You went back for it when we were fighting, like in the middle of combat. You went for this, so it must be important to you.
Yeah, it's very light for how big the barrel is, honestly. I must have been awfully thirsty. Does this ring any bells at all? This alcohol?
Well, you with the thieves' cant, you mentioned you were selling it, so
Oh,
someone may have purchased from you.
interesting. I mean, I do have a fair bit of coin, I guess. All things considered. Does this trigger above table? Does this trigger any memories at all?
I'm gonna say history or arcana check.
We're gonna go with Arcana, which is worse, but I have a feeling. I gotta believe.
All right, let's believe.
Gotta believe.
I am average Arcana man.
Average Arcana man. Average Arcana man is enough to remember that you have a patron who you work for, who
Oh,
is generally interested in strange and rare dishes, and this alcohol could probably fit the bill.
interesting. Well, thanks. Are you visibly hurt from the fight above table?
Me? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I if I recall, I think I
Everybody.
had. Yeah, I was a little bit below half HP at the end of the session.
Oh. Well, as a kind gesture in return for you helping find my alcohol, here is this. I'll rest one hand on your shoulder, and I will use healing hands to heal you 8 HP.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just happy to help. Did you remember anything?
Not yet, but if I'm making money, then that's exactly what I'm here for, so I must be accomplishing some sort of goal.
See, now you're thinking like a pirate. So
Maybe
you
you're
see?
right.
Yeah.
Whew.
Well, anyways, rest up.
Thanks.
My cabin is over this way. If you need anything, we're going to be going to the brain tomorrow. So you're coming with us. We need
The
you.
brain of this whole thing?
Yes, this creature, the
Oh.
Leviathan. It's actually an automaton. It's complicated. It's kind of like think of a mechanical creature mixed with a biological creature.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it is pretty fascinating, except for the fact that we're stuck here. It would be more fascinating. Also, I really don't care. I just want to kill it.
That's understandable, yes.
Yeah. So, good night.
Yes, good night. I'll see myself to the kitchen. See if that sparks any memories at all. What way's the kitchen again?
Oh, that way. Right through there. And I think you're storing your bread there, too. The bread you made, it's really good.
Oh.
If I do say so myself. Apparently, I can't really taste anything besides good berries.
I see.
I think I may have scalded my taste buds somehow from eating nothing but good berries. So don't do
That's
that.
preposterous. Can't have any ramifications for having such a good thing. No. That's just silly.
Well, our doctor says otherwise.
Oh. Well.
Yeah, it was Azure. You've met them. All right. Good night.
Good night.
The kitchen's that way. It's a reminder. If you need any more
Bye.
reminders, I'm in my room. I will sleep really softly. So.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
While this is going on, we'll go ahead and cut over to the med bay where the captain and the good doctor are having their own conversation.
Yeah.
Captain?
Yeah, I took quite a bit of damage from those blades and the electrification. Or electricity thingamabobs.
Mm-hmm.
How do they do that? They just like...
Who knows? They're just programmed to do it of some sort. Commanded to, I guess.
I wonder if I could do it.
If you could shoot electricity.
Can I? I don't know. I've never tried.
I don't know, Captain. I don't know. We'll cast Cure Wounds on the Captain for... There's your 5.
Yeah!
You
I
feel a
feel
little bit better.
I'm sure a good night rest will do you better than just this, but... is there anything else you
Yeah.
wanted to talk about, Captain?
What did you see in Cookie's memory or Dell's thing? If you don't mind me asking. You look pretty distraught.
Well, I told you all about the execution, and... You know, obviously he cried about it. It must have meant something deeper. But if he's wanted for burglary and they were hanging someone for theft, I can only imagine what that might be connected, but just trying to connect pieces I have.
Right.
There is a memory I have from Dell that I haven't told anyone about, though.
Okay.
It's abstract at most, and I'm not really sure if it has much to do with it,
Okay.
but the name Trisha has come up. Have you heard of anyone named Trisha before?
Trisha.
Mm.
Can I do a history check? I
Sure.
don't.
Go ahead and make a history check.
All right, get a whole -1 to this.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have no idea. Absolutely no idea who that is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Trisha was like a really good friend of mine back in my hometown, but I don't think she's related to Cookie at all, but you know. Or was it? It's my mom. It was Trisha's. I don't remember.
Oh, goodness. But there's the name Trisha, the smell of cinnamon bread and cardamom, sadness and darkness.
Could we try maybe giving him like cinnamon bread and saying her name? Maybe.
Do you have
Mark?
cinnamon bread to give him?
I mean, Cookie made some bread. Maybe we got some cinnamon. I don't know. I don't handle the inventory. That's Cookie's job. Well,
Captain, I don't think you have to worry. I'll personally be getting to the bottom of this conundrum as soon as possible.
thanks, Azure.
Now, if you would excuse me, I'm going to go trance for a while, and then we'll see what happens.
Good luck, Azure. And sorry for not being the best captain, but I'm glad you're here.
I don't understand why you're so hard on yourself. You're still young. Quite young. You're going to make mistakes, and that's fine. You just have to continue on. And I believe you can do that.
Thanks, Azure. And
Of course.
I head to my quarters.
You head to your quarters. Asher, we talked a little off stream, and you are planning on getting down to the bottom of this. Is now your opportunity?
Unfortunately, I do have to wait until after I trance in order to do this. Because Dell seems so willing to stay with us, I don't think I have to act right now.
Cool. In that case, everyone gets a long rest. You all wake up in the morning refreshed and ready to go.
All right, open my treasure chest and just do a little counting. Is there anything else than like golden jewels in here? Or is it just golden jewels?
It's just golden jewels. It's just treasure. You
Sweet.
run your fingers through it, and even though it's like, a fairly decent chunk of change, it's never felt so empty. Gold can earn you nothing here.
Bet I can't use any of it yet, but we'll get out of here. And I take it and I shove it under my bed.
Cool.
Would I be correct in presuming I've been left alone to my vices in the kitchen all night?
Yeah.
Not quite.
Well, maybe not quite.
Not quite.
That's fair. Is anyone in the kitchen presently?
Well, as soon as Azure's trance, 4-hour trance is done, he is headed to the kitchen.
That's fair. Didn't plan on sleeping anyway. Can I
You also
inspect the
tranced.
bread
Yeah.
before I go to bed?
Yeah, you're able to check the bread. I mean, it looks like it's, built up quite nicely. It looks like it's ready to be baked.
I'll work on that in the morning, but for now, I must rest. Good night, sir.
And then do you just pass out right there?
Just sleep right next to where I would start the fire for cooking. Yeah,
Cool.
I'm used to sleeping on the ground.
I don't know where my bed is, but I decided to sleep on the floor.
All right.
Cool. So yeah, Azure, you finish up your trance. You walk into the kitchen, and Cookie is lying on the floor next to the stove.
Asleep? Well, he's
Asleep.
also trancing, technically.
Well, trancing, yeah. Unless he is deciding to
Unless
sleep.
he decides to
or
sleep,
trance
yeah.
the whole time through.
I don't think I have the option. I think I have to sleep. No,
You're an Azamar, right? You're not
You're an
elf,
Aasimar.
so you
Not
don't
an
have
elf.
trance. So you do sleep.
I do have to sleep. Yes, that is
Oh.
correct.
Okay, so the thing I read was wrong. That's fine. I could have sworn Aasimars could trance as well for 4 hours.
Not this one.
Can Azure sneak into the kitchen and attempt to force a memory from Cookie?
Sure. Cookie is unconscious. Can he resist this?
I don't think so.
I don't think he can. So, what are you looking for?
Azure is looking for Dell's patron. The reason why he keeps giving his memories away.
You wouldn't know about his patron.
No, I wouldn't. But
you're
we know
looking for the reason why the memories are being pulled away. Cool.
Yeah. Rae wants the patron. Azure wants to know why the memories are going away.
He's unconscious. We can't really resist. You basically have free reign to rifle through his memories. You find memories in his mind of Cookie meeting up with a strange, mysterious figure. Occasionally that figure steps into the light and you see the face of a devil wearing a black chef's smock. And in the name of this person, who, as he introduces himself to Cookie, a pleasure to meet you. I am Gorgus Ramson, the glutton. You've been holding on to that for a long time.
Hold it in! Keep your composure! Hold it in!
This is a serious moment.
The music is making it hard to not laugh for some reason for me.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Can you say the name one more time? Because I just want to do it.
My name is Gorgus Ramson, the Glutton Reaper.
Okay. Thank you.
You seem to be struggling. I thought I might give you something that could make it better. But, of course, whenever you give something, you have to take something. So tell me, what are you willing to pay, Cookie?
I'm sorry, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is your memory.
You are present in this memory. This is you meeting Gorgas Ramson for the first time.
Man, here I was hoping that Joan would have a conversation with herself.
Dang it.
No, we're flashing
mean,
back.
I just honestly don't want to do this anymore, and if I could just make enough money for all of us to just get away from this life, I would just be eternally grateful.
Oh, but that didn't happen, did it? Too many lives sacrificed in the name.
I don't remember.
And that's what you are, Dell. You're a taker. You take, and now you've taken away the lives of two of your closest friends.
No, that's not true. This is all your fault. None of this was supposed to happen. She was supposed to live, and we were supposed to walk away happy.
I'm sure you were, but that's not the way the rules go. That's not the way life turns out. But don't worry. Since you've given me quite a delicious meal, I'll take this memory from you.
Please,
So you will no longer be burdened by it.
Please, I'll do anything.
A
I don't want to
hand
remember that anymore.
reaches down towards Dell. And then there's darkness, and you come out of the memory.
Azure's gonna say this in Celestial, just because Azure also speaks Celestial. At Dell, who's still probably unconscious, I assume.
Yeah.
You would sell any of us for anything, wouldn't you? How many people have you given up? And for what? Money? And Azure's gonna walk out of the room.
And with that, it is a brand new morning, brand spanking new day. It probably somewhere on the surface is bright and shining, but you are all, again, still trapped in the belly of the beast.
For all we know, our sleep cycles could be ruined and we're sleeping during the day.
Yeah, who knows?
I just wake up and there's just drool on the floor of the ship.
Cookie?
I mean,
Or
there's no door
Dell?
on the kitchen.
Dell?
You could just come in.
No, I'm poking you with a stick.
I'm awake. Leave me alone. Do you normally
got
like to be poked to be woken up?
Oh, wait. Hang on. One sec. Intern!
Yes, sir.
Cookie drooled. Can you clean it up, please?
Yes, sir. Reaches into his pocket, pulls out a little handkerchief.
I'll take care of it.
No, it's fine, sir. This is my job. Is taking care of the crew and the ship and the captain's things and basically whatever anyone tells me to do.
Wow, you must get paid quite a lot then.
Poor intern. Poor intern.
I'm so sorry. Did I say something wrong?
I grab intern and I bring him in. It's like, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. Let it out. Let it out.
Why don't you pay me anything?
Intern, listen, it's okay. Just let it out. Let it out, buddy.
Don't pay your own crew.
You're the cause of my problems.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm just like in an anime, he it's a heart shot, and he falls on the ground. It turned, that one hurts. Ugh.
I mean, sir, honestly, My paycheck is nothing. I'm working for a crew of lunatics doing most of the work keeping the ship afloat. And yet, I still feel nothing about myself. I'm still the lowest rung on the ladder. He doesn't even remember who he is, and pretty sure he still gets a paycheck.
I mean, you can have some of mine. I make plenty of coin
Really?
on my own.
Oh my goodness, that would be amazing.
Here, take some coin.
Well, thank you. I really
This is
appreciate
for cleaning
that.
up my drool and
Oh.
other things you've done for me in the
Oh, I
past.
can get paid for that?
Yeah, but do keep in mind, money's not everything.
Well, I suppose you're true. I mean, there's a lot of things I wouldn't give up for money.
There's some things I would pay endless amounts for, but I feel like we are that way. Anyway, so about this brain thing, what's the plan? And then also, how are we getting out? I've been wondering about that all night. I've had some fanciful dreams about it personally.
Can I come in right when he asks that?
Yes, breakfast time for all. I'll make whatever we
Okay.
have available for everyone.
Before I come in, though, I would have liked to take some time as soon as I woke up in the morning to go over the map I made to try to pinpoint a location for our tracks if possible, most likely coming to no conclusion, and then coming here with the map.
He's a hard guy to track down. A ranger himself, he knows the way to move about without leaving a trail behind, and the Leviathan is massive. He could be anywhere, except here.
Good morning, folks. Dell, I heard you mention what the plan is. Well, I have a map here, and I figured we could all come to one together. And I spread it out on the table. And I take out my quill from my navigator's tools, and I circle repeatedly the brain on the map. This is where the last component is. And some may argue it is not consequential. However,
take that back.
it's the last place in the Leviathan we haven't ventured the brain. Our flag is there.
And it's like a vital component to a ship. Like it helps it operate and things of that nature.
Well, no,
Some
not
would
really,
say it's-
sir.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I point at both of you. Yes, it does.
Some say a ship is cursed without it. There's superstition about it. Honestly, it's a piece of cloth. I mean, that's, the same could be said about this jacket I have for the crew I used to belong to.
I mean, it's a piece of cloth that carries the hope and pride of our crew.
And
I can understand how that's important. Sure. I don't quite understand it myself, but
anyways, so
Makes sense.
I figure we just do as we did with the last few locations and just head straight there with, witless abandon and hope for the best. Because I'm getting tired of being in here. I want to get out.
that's a bit stuffy, honestly.
I mean, you're the one that got us in here, Vince.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Yep, and that's what I'm trying to get us out. And I've been trying to find where Artrax is with the sail. I have yet to locate him. He taught me much of what I know. So it's kind of like trying to catch smoke. It's just not possible. So I think our best hope is to hope that we somehow stumble across him, or he comes and finds us, because without us he can't get out either. And he seems to only care about getting out of here, regardless of how many lives he has to sacrifice and how many risks he has to take. Because may I remind you, he essentially sacrificed his entire crew before he determined it was best to just give up and waste away.
I remember.
Yeah.
Trust me. I can remember. So, don't worry.
So, does anyone else have any other plans or things they want to do before we head out here?
Where's Azure at?
I remember. What was that fellow down by the graveyard?
Horos?
Horos. He had a plan He said he had an idea for making a sail, so might want to check in with him on that before we go.
Do that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna bake this bread if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we probably have enough time
We
to do that.
We could that's the special bread. Vince, that's the special bread.
Oh, yeah, special bread. Yeah, apparently that's special bread. So,
It has some delectable notes of spices, cinnamon, good berry,
You say cinnamon?
cardamom. Yes, cinnamon. That's a very good ingredient into
you have a
breads.
piece of toast by chance, Mr.
No, I have to make. That's why I said I have to cook the bread. I have to bake it. It's in this dough form. You have to let it proof, of course, to let it expand, and so the gluten strains start congealing, so to speak, and make a very nice and almost squishy and sponge-like bread. Very absorbent and very dense.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if you're interested in bread making, I'd be more than happy to show you. Although I don't know how I made this. I don't see any flour or anything nearby.
Just out of curiosity, what's your thoughts on cinnamon toast?
I mean, again, cinnamon's a great, important part of a nice spice blend. I'm glad that it looks like we seem to have ample stock of it, both cinnamon, cardamom, and other spices here. Whoever purchased your recent wares, kudos to them for stocking up on such important spices.
That was you.
That was you, sir.
I see. Well, pats on the back to myself then. Good job, me. Now, if I could go back to making the bread, the sooner we can bake this and depart for the brain.
Okay. I'm gonna go find Azure. See if he's awake.
Azure's in the med bay.
Knock, knock, knock.
Come in.
Anyone here?
Notes everywhere. Lines. FBI board.
Cookie everywhere.
Cookie. Lines. God's name. The patron's name.
is
I
Vincent
just,
somewhere on
like-
the wall? I want to know if I'm there.
Is
Vince?
Vince on the wall? Yeah,
Yeah,
Vince is absolutely.
everyone's
the
on the
whole
wall.
crew is on the wall. They have their
Everyone's
own
on the wall.
line connecting them to places.
Like next to enter, there's a note. No pay? Question mark.
No pay. Question mark. Yes, Captain.
I'm gonna guess that you found something out. As he's like looking around at all the lines and papers.
Yes.
You
In
seem to
Elvish.
be-
I have to like navigate languages now. In Elvish, I'll talk to the captain. This entire conversation. He seemed to make a deal with a patron called, I'm not gonna say his name right. Gorgon.
Gorgas Ramson.
Gorgas Ramses. Gorgas
Ramson.
Ramses.
Hey, I know that guy. He's got a cool TV show, I'm pretty sure.
What?
TV doesn't exist in this canon. Anyway,
You know,
Okay.
that mystical show, I think. It's like they cook and stuff, I think. I don't know.
Well, it would make sense. It seems Dell's been handing over many a memory for power and to get rid of memories in exchange for things, which means he gave us over willingly to survive. So, I don't know if that changes your ideas about Dell and who he is at the core, but to me it seems like one of the worst betrayals you could ever have. To willingly give up stuff that's so important. Memories make you mortal.
KO kind of like falls down like on his butt and like just
But if I can get into contact, I might be able to serve my own purpose. If he deals in memories, he might know who my god is. A name or a hint or a clue. Personally, that's what I care about, but
What do you mean he gave us up? You mean he gave up all of our memories? All of his memories about us?
Well, logically, it does make sense. It seems he's given up some more traumatic memories that he didn't want to remember, and he came out of that fight not remembering us with a blood bubble as a helmet on his head when we found him. No,
Right.
he doesn't remember anything from the time right before he met Intern to now.
It's... Why? Why would he do that?
I can't say. But is what it is. I can try to get in contact with the patron, but I don't know if I'll be able to.
I stand up. For now, just keep this between us.
Of course, Captain.
Thank you. We're going to be leaving for the heart or the brain
The
soon.
brain. Yes.
Thank you. I'll come grab you
Stay
when
safe.
we're done. Mm-hmm.
Don't turn your back to him. We don't know what could happen.
Understood. And KO heads out just to check on Horos and maybe talk to Kirsten one more time before, or sorry, not Kirsten, Adrian, before we go to the brain.
Cool. You head on out. Intern decides to come along with you as well. Not really having anything better to do at the moment. Still following behind his captain. Still feeling a little on edge and kind of giving you like worried glances. Like, is he going to get upset about all the things I said? Kind of stuff. You head over. You have to ask around a little bit actually to find Horos. And you find out that he is currently in the quartermaster's room. Essentially a pantry of sorts. You see that both why is my brain failing me right now? Both Grimsley and Pudge are standing outside, standing guard. You know Horos is likely inside, but you don't see him.
Horos is in there, right?
Yep.
Can I go in, please?
We can get him for you. Adrian's orders were to not let anyone in.
Okay. I guess, can you go grab him? I have a question to ask him.
Sure.
Pudge turns to go through the door, and then Grimsley stops. No, honey, please don't do that. You're not gonna fit through that door. Let me go get him. She steps through the doorway, vanishes for a little bit, and comes back out with Horos, who isn't wearing a shirt, but he's here.
I haven't seen that chest in a long time. Are you training or something?
Well, I mean, it's not usually this thing is to worry about. Usually it's training. It requires more protein, more that, and I'm not exactly going to be doing that. No, I've got a much bigger project that I'm working on. Not so worry, so that will be instrumental in our escape.
Oh, so it's for the escape?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. That was gonna be my question. I was wondering, like, what you were, because you said you were possibly working on like a sale or something like that, or you had a solution.
Something like that. I am working on it. It's taking me a little bit of time and resources, and it's very important, and that is why the guards are posted here. Looks both at Pudge and Grimsley. I'm very appreciative of you two. Do you know that this big man here is the first mate?
Huh. He's big.
Yeah.
Hey, out of curiosity, how much do you bench?
You asked me this earlier.
Oh. Well, I don't remember your answer.
I think it was somewhere around like 300.
Just out of curiosity, why are you talking like that?
This is just my voice.
Oh. Okay. And I look back at Horace. Well, I guess I'll leave you to it. We're heading off to the brain. So to get my Jolly Roger, of course. So
Hey, it's an important thing to have for your ship. Come back, okay? Before you do any of the other things that you worry about, even if it means sacrificing your flight, please just come back. You're not worth your pride. You're worth so much more.
well, ever since you said something, and ever since I've been talking to my brother or something like that, I've been doing some thinking about my past and my current ambitions, and I think what will happen is I'll probably leave all that stuff in here when we leave. And it's time for Mossbeard for me to stop chasing Mossbeard. So,
Would you be able to give that up so easily? Even if the captain was standing right in front of you, would you forgive him? Would you stop chasing revenge?
I don't know. I guess. But if you said he was dead, so
I mean, yeah, I saw him die myself. Straight into the acid.
well, I guess we'll never know then. But it would probably be a decision I'd have to make in the moment.
Well, I'm glad that you're trending on the right path.
Thanks, Horace.
You're welcome. You're growing into a fine young man. Your brother would be proud.
I look at you, Fawn. And I give him a thumbs up. Thanks, Horace. I gotta go find Adrian. And then I punch him in the face and I run away.
Oh, you got me again. Why do I always forget that's going to happen? I will get you next time.
Yeah, maybe next time in like 3 years.
Oh, you'll see about that.
And
Let's go back to the rest of the crew. Azure, you've been looking over your notes for a while now. Cookie, you've also just been at your bread. I assume that you finish it up at some point.
Yep. Did I burn it?
No, I don't think we need to make a cooking tools check since you're repeating a recipe. For some reason, the recipe's still in your head. You still remember this. Is it important? Is there a reason why you still remember it? Who knows? But it's you make it again, and you know it isn't again.
Am I alone while cooking?
Well, it doesn't sound like...
Azure kind of wants to go talk to Cookie when he was awake, but I don't know. I don't know when he wants to do that. We'll do it now.
Cool.
Oh yes, come down for some breakfast.
Sure. One could say.
What would you like?
Probably just a good berry.
I don't think I can make those, but I know the other gentleman, sorry. He has plenty.
I guess I'll wait then. But I have a question for you, Dell.
Yes?
Do you remember the name Trish? Trisha?
I'm like cleaning after cooking because that's just what I was raised to do. You clean while you cook. And as I'm cleaning, I just drop the pan to the ground and it clatters.
I take that as a yes.
How do you know that name?
Well, yesterday we didn't really talk about where my powers are specifically directed. You know Vince is a ranger. I think you can tell the
Oh, that's
captain's quite
interesting.
strong.
Hmm.
I deal more in memories.
Oh, that's
A
beneficial.
cleric. One could say. Do you want to talk about your patron?
Patron. Don't know what you're talking about. I'm a patron to the stove, to the fire, to a great recipe. But I think anyone's slave to food.
Not really, personally, but neither here nor there. I wrote it down and I'm still not going to be able to say it.
Gorgas
Ramson.
I will put it
Gorgas,
in our little
please.
Put it in the chat. Put it
to
in the
make sure that
chat.
you
Put it in the
have
chat.
here.
Phonetically?
Gorgas Ramson, the Glutton
Ramson.
Weaver.
The Glutton Weaver.
If you can somehow imagine a complexion that is jet black of cookies, go stark white. That is what happens at the name of Gorgas Ramson. Nope, never heard that name. Mm-mm.
You don't seem like a very good liar.
I'm not lying. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do.
Which is... what?
I'll make you breakfast, of course. What would you like?
We've had this discussion already, and I know you don't forget that quickly.
Yeah, I better have memory problems, of course. But I think you're more astutely observant of that than the rest.
Of course.
How would I be able to call upon something if I don't remember it?
Well, it's a good thing I already did that for you, huh?
How did that go?
Oh, fine.
Did they offer you something? I don't
Yeah.
recommend taking the deal.
You seem to lose quite a bit from it.
I don't know what you're recalling to, but sometimes, let's say, in recipes and cooking, in order for the outcome that you desire, some things, ingredients, must be sacrificed. Now imagine a recipe in which you thought the ingredients were simple, but they cost you everything. Now please, if you wouldn't mind, do not mention her name in here again. Talk about whatever you like, but keep Trisha's name out of your mouth. Please. Now what would you like for breakfast?
Have a good morning, Cookie.
I'll do my best.
And Azure will leave.
Is that shouting loud enough for me to hear from my room, down
Almost
the way? Because
certainly.
Captain's not there.
Yeah. It was all uncommon too, so.
So yeah, Vince, you definitely heard the shouting come from the galley.
I'd like to think that as soon as Azure is leaving, Vince is gonna run in with his spear ready.
Don't worry.
Well, hey, what's going on? Everything okay?
Your friend is very good at digging up memories that are quite painful to be dug up.
Yeah, I heard shouting. Azure, is he? Are we cool? Is everything
I'm
good?
cool. I'm just trying to make breakfast.
We'll be
Okay.
fine.
All right. And I put my spear back in its sash. Okay. Well, it's almost time to go. I'm just gonna have a good berry if anyone else wants one.
I'll take one.
Yeah, of course. Here you go, Azure.
Thank you, Vince.
Hand him that. Do you want one too?
Oh no, I have this bread. I have to test it to make sure the recipe turned out correctly.
All right. Cool. Well, if there's any more problems, let's try to keep our voice a little more level. I almost put a spear through one of you. Kind of been on edge ever since what happened with my captain. I can still feel the bite of his blade through my back. Would not want the same to happen to any of you. He could be anywhere. It's kind of scary. Anyways, don't worry about that. We got it, as long as we're together. Cookie, as soon as you're done with that,
Dell,
gonna be-
please. 2 more.
Dell. Right.
If you'll follow my assistant out the door, I would greatly appreciate it. You see a magical hand crawl upon the countertop and lead you out the entrance to the kitchen.
Oh, thank you, assistant.
It's spectral in nature.
Oh, okay. I bow to it. Thank you. And then I leave. And with Azure, Azure, are you coming too?
Oh, yeah, I left.
Okay, as soon as we're like out of like earshot of the kitchen, I'm like, what the hell?
What?
What happened? What did you do? He was really calm with me yesterday.
Look, sometimes when you want answers, you have to dig. People don't like digging.
And what did he has memory issues. What did he do? What happened? Did he kill someone? We've all killed someone.
I don't know what he's done. I have guesses. I have memories I can connect together. I don't have proof that they go together.
Okay. Is he going to be a danger to us?
Keep your guard up.
Okay. All right. Well, I pat him on the back. Let's go get the captain.
Aye, aye.
Cool. Yeah, Captain, you're on your way back from Horos. And you can see Azure and Vince approaching you in the distance.
May I take a moment?
Sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're out of earshot, but I'd have to say the jig is up. They're on to us. I don't know how.
Yes, unfortunately, it seems that the flowy one is a bit dangerous.
They do like to pry, yes.
Yes, reaching back into memories that ought not to be there anymore. It's very inconvenient.
Yeah, I thought that was part of our deal. You would get rid of the memories.
Oh, I did. I did get rid of the memories. The fact that anything should be brought back is a travesty. Not to worry, though. We can correct that. Just make sure your friends all get to the brain.
I mean, that is the next course of action. I was about to mention, we're apparently in the middle of a giant, biomechanical creature. Is there not something you want from this beyond that?
Oh no. I think everything you've done has been more than enough for me.
All right. Well, I guess whatever happens, happens at this point. Please try to keep those memories under wraps.
I will do my best.
Ah, and that is the very best. from what I understand, sire. As you were, I apologize for calling upon you, as I'm sure you were most hastily engaged with a prior engagement.
Oh, I'm just watching something marinate.
Ah. The thing about a marinade renders the meal supple, juicy, delectable. Just how you like it, yes?
Yes, I like it to be well beaten and tender on the way down.
Well, I will go back to my business. Some fancy bread I made. I don't quite remember how, but I remember how. Anyway, would you like a piece?
Oh, excellent.
You can have the whole loaf, sire. I've made two.
I will take this as tribute for today.
Rightfully so. My end of the bargain is satiated then, for now?
For now. But I'll be seeing you soon.
Oh, okay. Well, as you command.
The pan of bread goes up in flames, and when the flames clear, the pan is empty.
I use the mage hand to catch it. I don't want to touch it. It's been on fire.
Yeah, your mage hand carries it over to the sink, where you set it down with a hissing noise as the water cools it.
That would be all then.
Cool. Captain, you see Vincent Azure walking down towards you.
Hey guys, what's up? Just got done talking with
Good morning,
Oros.
Captain. Yeah, does he have that sail in the works or whatever he was doing?
He's got something that works. I don't know if it's a sail or what. He didn't tell me. He said he's got something in the works.
Wasn't that what you were going there to find out? He was vague with you. Weren't you guys like buddies?
He was.
Okay.
I trust Oros. Whatever
Yeah,
he's
but
got,
do we trust Adrian?
I would see why not. She's been upfront with us pretty much the whole time. Besides, hiding, your old captain, and kind of not telling us about the treasure room. A couple other things, but it's she came clean, so.
Right. Yeah. Who's to say there's not another lie? Well, just best keep on our toes. Speaking of on our toes, apparently Dell is had a little outburst earlier. I overheard when Azure was speaking with him, so we might want to just be careful about him. I don't think anything should happen, but just in case it does, be on your toes.
I look at Azure and it's like, everything okay?
Watch your back. He doesn't like memories being brought up. Unfortunately, that's a lot of what I do. So.
Okay. Well, let's start into the brain. Where's Cookie at then?
Let's go. We'll grab him on the way through. It's back on the way.
Okay.
Towards the braid. If my cardinal directions are right in here, it's to the north, but who knows what direction that is. Towards the towards the front end of the beast.
Towards the front end of the beast. Cool. You follow your map and you walk through the winding hallways, out of Gut Wrench and through the belly of the beast. You now realize that these hallways were probably constructed much like the heart itself, to allow for easy access for maintenance, or even through the creation of this being. All of you wander deeper into the Leviathan, until you come across a strange opening where you know the brain to be. You try to peer inside, but there is just darkness, pure darkness. And then every few moments you hear lightning strikes.
So like when the light,
Do we
so like
see
when
it
the
or we
lightning
just hear
strike, yeah, do we just hear it?
When the lightning strikes, for a brief moment, there's a flash of illumination, and you can see some sort of structure out on the brain.
Okay.
Oh, that's incredibly bright.
Yes, speaking of bright Azure, do you have that spell of yours that's handy for finding things?
I do. Let's do
Fine.
locate object. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, Dell.
Yes?
I believe you have a light spell. Could you
Yes,
cast
indeed.
that?
Sure, but it'd be difficult for me to concentrate on the magic if I'm blinded every few seconds by this flash of light.
Well, hopefully the light will not or help prevent that to the best.
Hmm. Ah, so our eyes acclimate to the brightness, I see. Do you have any weapons I can put it upon?
You can do my spear here.
Ah,
Did
ugh.
it just strike my spear? Hold on, Joan, did you just lightning me?
No.
Because I held up my spear. Okay.
No.
You're
For
dead.
lightning rod.
I'm doing background noises. Don't worry about me.
I hold up my spear.
Here.
We all
Vince is
die.
dead.
His birthday, Chris.
Yeah,
Oh no,
it's to kill.
Vince!
It's to kill. Vince is dead, and it was an AoE strike, so the whole party's dead. No,
We're all
you're fine.
dead. I will cast light on the where the blade part meets the staff part of your spear, not the pointy part itself.
Perfect. It illuminates the Astrum runes. and
20-foot
magical
radius.
scrawlings. Awesome.
Light.
Thank you.
Have to be light.
In case you forgot, I'm a human. I can't see like the rest of you can in this darkness.
Might be to your benefit. It is incredibly bright, I might say. Like, it hurts quite a lot.
I mean, it's not terrible, but you know, it definitely stings.
Right.
Uh,
Well,
All right. So here's the order I'd like to do. Sorry, Vince. You have an idea?
I was gonna say Azure's spell. I want to resolve that first
Yeah.
before we talk about
Oh.
order of doing
Yeah,
anything.
yep, go for it.
Yeah. Azure, you summon the energy, create basically a cloud that points into an arrow shape. It swirls around in front of you and points directly at that structure.
Well, there's our answer.
Perfect.
Wow. How the heck did it get there? But this is a question I ask. How did it get over there, guys? What do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
those,
just a food for
like-
thought as we walk our way towards this seemingly dangerous area.
maybe it was
to
those
obtain.
machines. Maybe it's another place for those like machines. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe so.
Cool.
Okay.
Vince, as you walk up to the place where the wall separates into the room, you realize that your spear is not illuminating through the darkness.
That's odd. I hold it out in front of me and try to get closer, and I see nothing happens.
Nothing happens. The
seems
darkness
you're-
is not part.
Your magic cannot penetrate this darkness. Is there something wrong with your spell, perhaps?
I'll walk up, and with my specialized, I can see both your natural and magical darkness. Do I see what I'm trying to see?
Yes, you can see the structure over out on the other side. It's a little hard to make out. You think it's mostly of stone and metal.
I mean, I can see just a bunch of stone and metal over there. I don't know why you can't see it.
For I just have
Maybe
dark
the
vision.
human eyes, I guess.
Yeah. So do I see the structure clearly or anything like that, or is there like a weird block, like where the wall, black wall?
It is sort of like a weird black wall that only briefly lights up from the flashes of lightning.
Oh. Yeah, I can't see either. Very well.
I'm gonna take my spear and the part that's lit, I want to push it through this barrier and withdraw it.
Cool. You push it through, and as you push it through, the light vanishes, and as you pull it back, the light is still intact.
Okay. Any volunteers to go first through this veil of darkness?
How many flashes of light would you say there have been so far?
Roughly one every 6 seconds or so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. It appears the flashes of light happen approximately every 6 seconds. With that in mind, I guess we could ultimately pursue. I just have to avert my eyes every 6 seconds so I can't see when that happens.
Encounter foreshadowing.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess
good plan.
Cookie's gotta lead us through because I don't think any of us can see past it.
Yeah, the light doesn't bother me, so I'll take
Oh,
up the rear.
Can I just want to test it out. Can I put my head through the wall and then bring it back out?
Yeah, you stick your head through the wall. It's just pitch black. You pull your head out.
Yep, I definitely can't see anything.
Interesting.
So,
Well,
Cookie, you're gonna have to lead us through.
all
We
right.
place our trust in you.
I don't think we should group up. Is this actual lightning, do you think? Or it is a mechanical creature?
Can you see where the lightning is striking? If you try not to look directly at it. Here, I give him a film of parchment paper to look through. Look through this. See if you can determine where the lightning is meeting whatever it is it's
I
striking.
can try. I will try to keep my eyes open when the flashlight happens on the next 6 seconds.
Cool. As you are looking out, you see that where the lightning strikes seems to be random.
Oh, good.
Just as I feared, there's no rhyme or reason to where the lightning strikes, just that it strikes every 6 seconds.
Okay.
Do we have any rope?
I have an idea. Cookie, how far away is this platform where we are headed towards?
It has to be within 120 feet. That's probably the edge of my vision.
Okay. Within 120 feet. I can. Last time I clocked myself, I can throw this spear about 60 feet. If I throw this spear, I imagine the lightning would be attracted to it. Can we test this theory right now?
Sure.
I'm asking the crew.
Oh.
Spear.
Yeah.
What
I thought
happens
I'd
if
just
your
try.
spear gets struck with lightning?
It would act as a lightning rod. It's happened to many a crew where a poor sailor will be up at the mast doing something. He has some sort of sword on him, and he is no more. After 1 second, a lightning bolt hits him. Next second, he is dead. So let's. I'm just gonna test this, and I just go "Hoi!" and just chuck it as hard as I can.
Good luck.
The,
And I'll cast
the
guidance
darkness.
on you as well.
Oh, thank you. And I'm gonna try to throw it as far as I can, and then
Cool.
see
You
what
wind
happens.
up and huck this thing at your maximum distance, as far as you can possibly get it to go. You see it impale out in the flesh. It quivers for a moment, stops, and then lightning strikes. And the spear rematerializes back in your hand.
Yep, that's
I didn't tell it to do that, right? It just did it on its own.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how this spear works. I'm pretty sure we've.
Okay. I thought I was able to summon it on will. At will.
No. Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, you are able to, but basically, I believe we said that after throwing it, it returns as a free action.
Maybe I have to, like, every 6 seconds, chuck it up into the air. Otherwise, we all die.
You're way overthinking this, I promise.
Alright, we all run. Let's go.
I think the best course of action is to have a rope tied around everyone, and then Dell, you're gonna have to lead us, because we cannot see.
We just hope we don't
Alright.
get struck, huh? Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, I would put considerable distance. I don't know how thick these blasts are, but they're quite substantially bright.
Do your best. That's all we can ask for.
All right.
I have 50 feet of rope. I think that's
Me as
plenty.
well. Feel free to use
Yeah.
it as you see fit.
It's
So-
plenty.
What's up with everyone and the 50 feet of rope?
So, I think
Part of
so.
my kit,
Of course,
my
we have
adventure
Cookie in the
gear.
front. I think the next best is Vince, and then Azure or intern, and fourth same thing, Azure intern, and then I will be last.
Cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and write that down. Cookie, Vince, Azure intern.
That works.
KO.
KO.
You mean Dell, by the way.
Right.
Well,
I definitely mean Dell. Cool.
That's your strike. That's your first strike.
I can't punish the DM. I'm sorry, friend.
Cool. Dell,
There
do
we
you
go.
lead the way into the darkness?
Yes, I do.
You begin.
Who's directly behind me?
Vince.
Vince. You begin walking out into the darkness, your footsteps trudging through the fleshy ground, wet with the sound of the condensation in here that seems to be just constantly cycling. And then suddenly, even for you, the world goes dark.
I cannot see either.
Everyone, you look around and it's just you. There's no one else here. Even the rope that was tied around her waist is gone.
Hmm.
Oh.
Hello? Guys,
Dell? Azure?
I think the rope was
Captain.
severed.
Wait.
Behind
Okay.
you, Dell, you hear a voice. Why? Why did you let me die?
Trisha?
Why did you do it? Dell, I believed you. I trusted you.
I was trying to make a better life for us. I swear I meant no ill will.
You killed me too.
Boris?
I took the fall for you. This was all your fault, and I paid the consequences.
At least you're free.
Free. I'm gone. You turn and you see what look like ghostly incorporeal forms of people who in your memories are Barlow Stone Oak and Trisha Ignis. They stand in front of you, their forms unstable, wavering. Well, that's a bit more than I was expecting to have happen, but unfortunately, I guess they're still around. Gorgus Ramson steps from behind you,
Wait, no. Come
grabs
back.
a hold of the two incorporeal forms, and
That wasn't part of our
delicious.
deal. You said I'd never see them again.
I
This
said
is-
a great many things. And then I pulled away your memories of the things that I had promised you.
And I get to do it over and over and over again. And your delicious despair is just... And you know, I've been thinking that maybe I took a little too much, you know. You, Dell, you're such a giver. You give so much of yourself. You give so many opportunities. You give so much forgiveness. But the wonderful thing about givers is they're very vulnerable to takers like me. He reaches out towards you. Remember while you can, because it won't last.
Do what you
We'll
will
flash
with me.
ahead. We'll flash ahead to one of the other party members, Vince.
Okay. Oh boy. Let's go.
You stand in darkness, just as unknowingly Dell did before. And you hear the sound of trudging feet.
Guys? Hello?
Vincent.
Who is that?
Vincent.
I'm gonna show my spear and spin around and like in a combat position, ready. Show yourself. Who is that?
Forms begin to trudge out of the darkness. Astral forms of your old crew, their bodies twisted and bent, snapped and torn in different ways, dragging across the ground towards you. Vincent!
What do you want from me? I like drop my weapon.
Everything.
It clatters to the ground.
We wanted. And you threw it away.
No, I came back to get revenge. I'm here for you. For all of you.
You could not have saved us. One man cannot stop a force of nature.
This thing, this is not a force of nature. This is an abomination. I'll destroy it. I'll avenge all of you. I swear it.
That's not possible. You cannot avenge us. Because you will soon be dead. You feel something coil around your neck. And you reach up and realize that it's the tentacled arm of Astrum Artax.
Artax. I turn. Is he there?
You turn to see him, and we'll go ahead and cut to the next crew member. Intern. Alone in the dark.
Not intern. No, I'm actually gonna cry.
Intern looks around. Where did everybody go? Did they forget about me? I mean, if there was a chance for them to lose me. Captain? Vince? Azure? Cookie, I mean, Dell. Anyone? And we flash ahead to the next crew member. You, Stoneshade, you find yourself Walking through darkness, the rope vanishes from around your waist. You cannot see anyone.
So I can't even see Youthvon? Is he with me?
You can't see Youthvon.
Youthvon? Guys?
You hear a sound in the darkness, a sound that you've only heard in your nightmares, of a single footstep and of a wooden thump, thump, thump. From behind you comes a man you knew you would never see again, and yet you turn, and Captain Greenbeard, Bronzebeard, Mistbeard, all of those silly different names that you called him didn't make him any less of a threat. You.
KO's look, as he hears the footsteps, all become deathly serious. Like he is ready to go down with this fight. And he turns around. Mossbeard.
With Blondebeard. You had no respect for me. Turncoats and traitors, all of you! That's why I had to strike him down. But I see there's one rat that I still missed.
You didn't understand it at all. Nothing. You understood nothing. Me and you fought
unsheathed
at
his
the...
sword. Stand and fight, Stoneshade.
He goes to grab his sword and winces.
The sword doesn't budge.
You don't understand.
There's not much left to understand. Just another bilge rat that needs to be thrown overboard. He marches forward slowly. And we'll move ahead to the last member of our crew.
I want to say something so bad!
Azure. You see darkness. The rest of your crew vanishes.
Guys?
The
Captain?
world around you begins to blur in color. And suddenly you find yourself back in the past. You see a man with curly black hair, your captain's sword strapped to his waist. You see automatons marching around what looks to be some sort of massive creature, but it isn't moving. You see the king standing outside. The time has come, Victor. It's time for you to make the ultimate sacrifice. But I hope you know that you will make an excellent pilot for the Leviathan. As you wish, my liege. He places his sword on the ground, jams the scabbard into the dirt with incredible strength, and walks into the Leviathan. You see flashes forward in the future. You see through what you can only assume are the eyes of the Leviathan, a storm raging overhead as you approach what looks like a village that was never there before on the islands of your archipelago that you have since been wandering through. You can hear the alarm bells as the Leviathan approaches the island. And you see as it sinks deep, deep, deep into the waves, and the world goes black. I'm sorry you had to see that. You turn, and Victor stands beside you. In a ghostly incorporeal form, but he stands beside you nevertheless. I'm glad I could get you here. Sorry it's not the happy ending you were expecting.
Well, there's not a lot of those, it seems, in this world.
I don't believe that all of us are destined to suffer. I chose my fate when they placed my brain into the Leviathan. I knew that it was going to come down to following my orders or saving the lives of all those people from the super weapon I'd been turned into. And I could finally be free. Free of my duty, free of my obsessions. But I couldn't let anyone forget what had once been wrought, and perhaps that's how I was able to grant you my power.
What? What do you mean?
Memories, your magic. It had to come from somewhere. A powerful enough being, capable of granting wishes, and there's not a freer person on the seas than me, and yet there's not anyone more chained. I guess I'd hoped that someone else feeling stuck could have a happier life.
Oh. You're the god of wind and memories?
My friends called me Victor. I hear there's a modern word named after me. I was a great soldier in my time, and
then
I did what I could for my people, but we needed more. We needed resources. A soothsayer spoke to the king, told him that our island would be destroyed when the sky fell. I don't know what happened to my home, but even now, I encircle it where it once was, hoping that I can one day go home. But I've seen what I've done even just by existing in your world. By accident, I've taken so many innocent lives.
What would you like us to do about it?
I'm going to surface. And when I do, it will be for the last time. Take your friends and get out as best you can. And
I will go to the bottom of the sea and may the winds of freedom carry you.
I understand.
He fades away into clouds and mist. And you see each of your crew members engaged in their struggle, in turn standing alone. Cookie facing down his actual demons. Your captain standing terrified, his legs shaking before a man you can only assume was his former captain. Vincent surrounded by his fallen crew, his voice in his throat in the noose of his captain's tentacle. You can see them. You can save them. Who will you go to first?
Entering.
You walk forward, and interns constantly looking around, trying to find someone. Captain? Azure!
I'm here. I'm here.
Azure! Oh my
I'm
god,
here.
I thought I'd been lost. I just... I feel I've been so... I've been so tied up in trying to be useful to the crew that I forgot how important it was that the crew is my family.
Of course we're your family. Azure's just gonna wrap him up in a hug.
Hugs you tight, squeezes you. Where are the others?
They're fighting. All their own things, one by one. But we have to go save them. I can lead
Alright.
us.
Lead on, Azure.
Okay.
Who will you save next?
I think with Entern in tow, we'll go to the captain next.
Cool. The two of you walk towards Kyo. You hear footsteps behind you, but you recognize these ones.
Yeah, he still kind of got a death stare kind of going on and turns around and sees them.
Captain!
What are you
Captain.
doing here?
He's not real!
It's all not real.
He turns and looks at him.
He's dead, remember?
After I told that to Horos, and look what I did. He lets go of his sword. The handle of his sword. You never fully understood. Me and Youthfon looked to you as a guide, and you were special because you were our first captain. And we never wanted to revolt it. You put that in your head yourself. I never wanted to betray you. I wanted to be a part of your crew until we disbanded. And that's the same with Youthfon. Our goal was to eventually make our own crew. But not till we were done with your crew.
You feel something lighter in your heart as you finally let go of the man who once acted as your captain and in some ways even your father. You see him vanish like mist into the darkness, and the blade at your side glows warm.
Lay to rest now, Whitebeard. Or sorry, Blondebeard.
What is
Um,
this
Let's
man's
go
name?
on my
Calling
name!
him the wrong name to the very end.
what was his name again? I can't
Wild like a
remember.
fool.
Blonde
Blonde
beard.
beard.
So,
One-
you said the sword was glowing?
You felt the sword glow warm in your hand.
Can Youthvon see me now? Or can I see
Yeah, he's floating next to you, and without saying a word, he just nods.
He grabs the handle one more time and gives it a good old tug.
You now wield the Sun Claw. I'm going to pass the stats of that over to you, and this is, I am going to be honest with you, the single most overpowered weapon I have ever given a player.
I got it, guys! Woo! Yeah!
Captain, we're still not done. We still have to save the others.
Okay, where's Vince? Say Vince.
Well,
I'm assuming you're the. And I point at Azure and I'm like, I'm assuming you're the one that.
right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And I'll lead us to Vince.
Vince, you are tethered. You turn and you see the ghostly form of Astrum Artax, his tentacled arm wrapped around your neck.
Our tracks. You monster. I'll take you down with me. I'm like gonna try to turn and stab at him.
As you do, you see a quartet of people run out of the darkness towards you. You see your captain, your doctor, your cabin boy.
Guys, just go get the flag. I'll keep him busy. Go.
Vince, it's not real.
Can I go over and kind of wave the mist away with the sword?
You swing the sword and you don't even feel any resistance. It cuts like butter and just
Wow, Artrax went down a lot easier than I thought he would.
Vince.
Thanks,
And
Captain.
I grab his shoulder. That's not Artax. This is all my dream, I guess, is what you could call it.
You have to let them go. The Leviathan wants us to be free. Victor wants us to be free.
Who's Victor?
He's the man.
Yeah, who's Victor?
It's the man that's the Leviathan. I'll tell you guys later once we get Dell.
Okay.
Wait. Man
Got it.
who is the Leviathan? What?
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Okay.
There's been weirder things. Where's Dell? We need him.
Let's go.
The five of you run forward as the hand of Gorgas Ramson slowly settles down onto Cookie's head, onto Dell's head, onto the head of this man who you weren't sure of his true allegiances.
Hey, you.
Dell.
Are you the one messing with my cook's memories?
You must. Please leave. Run as fast as you must. Get away from this place.
Azure, is this one real? I point to him.
I mean, none of them have been real so far, so I'm doubting this one's real.
I'm just
But
gonna
it could
throw my
be.
spear through it anyway.
Make me an attack roll.
All right.
Oh, wait.
Make me an attack roll.
16 to hit. This is a magical weapon, by the way. Just a reminder.
16. Woo! Okay, cool. The Ashram Spear hurtles through the air. And Gorgas Ramson, the Glutton Weaver, reaches up and catches it inches before his face.
Oh. Okay, this one's real.
Ooh, this is new.
Your spear rematerializes back in your hand.
I swear, I beg of you, please, you must leave.
Dell! I'm not gonna leave my crew behind.
Don't understand.
We're family.
He's more powerful than all of us combined.
Isn't that the Leviathan music or sound or whatever? I can't remember.
It's just an evil sound effect, that's all.
Even. He'll take
Well-
everything from you and make you do it forever. I
Why would I
can't
watch?
remember the last time I made a choice of my own accord.
Well, that ends now, and I'm gonna stomp my spear on the ground and enter a fighting stance.
And KO puts his sword on his shoulder. You got more than just one problem, Mr. Devil thing. What was the
Gorgas.
name again?
Gorgas Ramson.
Gorgas Ramson.
Yeah, Chef Dude. You're just gonna be called Chef Dude. I don't have, because I'm gonna kick your butt and I'm not gonna remember your name.
Who even are you?
That's a great question. I'm KO Ghostblade Stoneshade, and I'm gonna kick your butt with this cool sword that I just pulled out of this sheath. I couldn't do that for a while. Wait, out of curiosity,
too
wait,
many
hang on.
words.
Before
Oh.
you, just out of curiosity,
Oh,
how much can you bench?
Captain.
I'm going to start killing you now.
You
I
can
don't
try,
know when
but
I'll
it's
stop.
not gonna be easy.
He stands up. A massive ball of flame appears in his hand, larger than all of you. And as he
Oh.
goes to throw it, a chain wraps around his hand. And the fire fizzles out. Stealing memories, are you? Behind Rae stands the ghostly form of Victor. I'll have you know that back in my day, they called me the ultimate warrior. No victory without Victor.
Hey, yeah.
That's
I
what
like
he
pointed. I
said.
pointed
Oh,
at the
this is
ghostly figure,
Victor.
and I'm like, hey, that's a nice one, buddy. That's a nice one.
Now, if you would be so kind, get out! The chain grabs a hold of me, gets whipped off, and vanishes off into the darkness, potentially to never be seen again. The
Okay.
glowing figure walks up to Dell.
Thank you.
It seems you've forgotten much. If I have your permission, I'd like to restore that to you.
I don't want to remember the people that I hurt.
I know. It's hard to remember the past, to remember the wrongs we've done to others. But we must. For if we do not remember, we cannot forgive ourselves.
What if the things that we done aren't worthy of forgiveness?
That's not for us to decide. It's for those around us to judge our character.
Hey, Cookie. Come on back.
But you don't know what I've done.
Listen, man. And he kind of walks over to Cookie and grabs his shoulder. we've all been through a lot in our lives and as a crew. But what matters most is what you do now. Your past actions don't mean anything to me. As long as you come in, cook me some delicious food, and kick butt right alongside of us, you're part of my family, that's for sure.
Well, I agree. We probably should work together. I must have you know, I've turned and betrayed the people I cared for more than any people I've ever met in my life.
Dell, the circumstances of one's past and how we ended up here are irrelevant. It's what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are moving forward.
He's a lot better with words than I am. Dell, I'm gonna be honest.
I do
I
like
suck at
cooking,
speeches.
so I mean, you're both right.
Sir, you treat me nicer than anyone else in the crew. You're constantly making sure that we all have enough. I don't think someone like that is a betrayer.
I don't think shall ever forget what I've done. But maybe that's a good thing. Having that pain, the constant reminder, the remorse, the guilt, it's not shackling. It's liberating to know that I have the capacity and I've had the fortune to have those people in my life.
As he's saying this, can I help him stand back up on his feet?
You can help him to his feet.
You notice that my tattoos are gone.
Come on, Dell. If you remember,
I'll ask later.
then you can work towards a better life.
That's all I ask for. That's all I've ever asked for.
We'll help you.
Oh,
But you
Get
have
outta
to
here.
remember.
He may come back.
We'll be ready. Together.
What if I can't remember?
I don't think that'll be an issue.
Oh,
I think
Move
Victor's
forward.
got us covered. I just met this guy, but he looks really reliable.
can I try to remember
memories are
something?
something of a specialty of mine. What do you want to try and remember?
I want to remember when I first met the crew.
You try to reach back. Everything is so foggy and cloudy. And you think back to a warm summer day. We're at the port baking meat skewers. And a young man with a mop comes up and says, "Oh, how much for the meat skewers, sir?"
I do you right kindly for a great deal of about 1 silver.
1 silver. Oh my goodness. But they smell so good, and the captain would love to have some of this. Okay, I think
I'll
I
make you a
should.
deal. I'll do 2 for 1 silver, just for you.
Oh, that would be wonderful, sir. I only have so much money here to work with, and I had to get supplies, so
Supplies for what?
for our ship, sir.
You're on a crew?
Yes. Um, oh my goodness, this is so good.
How do you like it?
Yes, this is wonderful. I think I need to take this back to my captain.
Sure. Do you not have food of this quality on your ship?
No, sir, we don't have a chef. It's just me and the captain.
So what do you eat, pray tell?
Whatever we can scrounge up, I guess. Sometimes a monster will attack the boat, and the captain will beat it up, and I'll gotta roast it over a fire. It's not.
Monsters? You hunt monsters?
Well, we
Interesting.
don't hunt them. They just sometimes, kind of attack the boat. We don't really know where we're going. We don't have a navigator either.
Perhaps salt and mix it with a little bit of black pepper.
I mean, it'd be
to bread
good
it on
if
both
we at
sides.
least could stay alive long enough to get to where we're going. I worry sometimes, I bet a doctor would get us where we need to go.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not versed in the schools of medicine, but I'll say I might be willing to make a compromise, perhaps meeting with your captain. If you can provide these monsters, I'd be more than happy to use them to make foods. And I'd be
Sure.
happy to stay on board.
Let me go get my captain. I'm sure that as soon as he takes your food, he'll want you on board.
Yes, please. If it's not too much of an inconvenience, of course.
He runs off. And back in the present, Dell. No, Cookie. You remember. Slowly your memory starts coming back. You remember all of the deals where you sold the Talamunda tonic. You remember all of the deals that you had with Gorgas Ramson. You remember all of the sacrifice, everything he took from you. And you remember all the way back in the past. Del Lintin was a member of the Ironside Pirates, along with his best friends, Barlow Stoneoak and Trisha Ignis. One day, someone asked Cookie to look the other way when he was working in the kitchens. Someone passing through a secret entrance holding various treasures, among them the Sunclaw, a sword belonging to the Pirate Queen. He said, "Don't worry, no one will get hurt. Nobody will be hurt."
If you say
The
so.
only, the only people who had showed up in the kitchen that day were your friends. Was your friend Barlow, and so that was what you told the guards, thinking everything would be okay. No one's going to get hurt. When they swarmed after Barlow, he tried to defend himself. The guards raised weapons. There were too many of them. Trisha jumped in the way, and there was a flash of silver, and she was gone.
Whoa.
Just too dazed and stunned to speak, to bear witness to it again. But I don't look away this time.
These visions have been shown to all of your crew. You've all seen what happened. You saw Trisha fall as Dell is forced to watch from a distance. You see the death of both of his closest friends because of one little slip up, because he thought he was doing the right thing.
Whoa.
You see, it's all my fault. They're gone.
No. No. Cookie. You were just trying to do the right thing. And they were falsely accused. It's not your fault or anyone's fault. If it's anyone's fault, it's whoever stole the Sunclaw. They're at fault.
How do the rest of you feel?
You did what you judged to be right. And if I saw my family killed before my eyes, I would have done the same thing as you. I would have made that deal to forget. I understand. I'm sorry you had to go through all this. Do you... Yeah. Is there anything I can do for you? Just let me know.
All right now, friend. What about you, Azure?
I've seen many horrors in my life. You've seen many horrors in yours. We judge and do what we think is right. You're not at fault, Key. You'll be okay. Not today, not tomorrow, but one day. You'll be
I
okay.
hope so. And last but definitely not least, most important maybe, intern. How do you feel?
Gosh, it's rare anyone refers to me as important, but
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You're important.
You're my family. And family sometimes messes up and hurts each other, say things they don't mean or do things they don't mean, but when that family realizes what they've done and tries to make amends, that's how you know they're family.
I'm happy to make amends however you see just. You all, not specifically just intern.
No, I think
I
Enter can
mean-
make the decisions for us at this point.
I mean, how about when we get out of here, you make us some of those meat skewers?
All right.
Ooh,
Those
big one,
look
spicy.
mighty
But,
fine.
yeah, spicy for you. Yeah, remember that. Let's see if I can off the top of my head. Keo, you like the fish and chips. Intern, you like a little bit of lambus. Azure, love that spicy barbecue. And then Vince, salt and potatoes and steak kind of guy, right? Am I getting it correct?
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt your family
Right.
reunion here. There are magical defenses here that I can't completely hold back. I was able to reduce them, if that will help, but
Speaking of which, have you seen a Jolly Roger by chance?
yeah, it's actually right on top of me.
And you are. I'm sorry, we haven't met.
Oh, yes, sorry. My name is Victor. I'm the pilot of the Leviathan.
Oh, okay.
Pleasure to
I
meet
want to
you.
kill
Clayton.
you.
Okay, so out of curiosity,
Uh,
how much can you bench?
Ugh.
Never tried. I'm technically some sort of aquatic. That's not important right now. The
Hey,
important thing is that the magic recorded who you were when you walked in here. And it's going to use that to kill you. So
hey, real quick, Mr. Magic Man. You killed my whole crew. You devoured a bunch of other people. You've been doing this repeatedly,
yeah,
seems, for
I
years.
I feel really bad about that. I
You
Okay.
feel
just
really
get
bad
over
about
like
that. That's not. I'm not doing it on purpose. I have to surface eventually. That's when the storms happen. People get swept up in the storms, and of course, there's a giant monster in the middle of the storm. And I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So I kind of made it my life's mission at this point to kill the Leviathan and then the extension you. Are you telling me that my pursuit to do such a thing is fruitless?
I mean, if you wanted to stab my brain, there'd be no pilot, and the Leviathan would fall into the sea. But you'd kill everyone inside me, so bit of a trade-off there. Bit of a
Okay.
trade-off.
And why is it that you do this? You said it's not your choice, but is there?
I have to surface. I don't want to die either.
Oh, you just randomly surfaced and ate things. That's what happened.
Part of the Leviathan is there's magic built into it. Spells that cause storms to appear whenever I surface. It was a way of disguising that places had been attacked. They'd just been met with a huge storm, a natural phenomenon.
I got a question. Why do you circle this one specific island?
It was home. And even if I don't know what happened to it, I still dream of going back there someday. Maybe I'll finally get to. But not until you all are out of here.
Hey, earlier a robot that is here to, excuse me, an automaton that is here to repair you.
Oh, Seven.
Yeah, 7. That one said that you are constantly in pain. Is that
Oh,
right?
yeah. Even now, I'm in absolute agony. Like, my
Okay.
entire existence is an existential nightmare. They plugged my brain into a robot whale dragon thing.
So
No,
wouldn't
life
you
is a nightmare.
wouldn't you want to pass on then, perhaps?
You'd really think so. But the human
Yeah.
spirit is indomitable. I don't know. I guess I never gave up hope. But I think it's time that I do, for your sakes. But try not to die. Around you, the darkness fades, as does Victor. And you see a group of ghostly figures standing in front of the structure, each of them resembling one of you. But we'll talk about that next time. And that's going to be the end of our episode for
Woohoo!
tonight. So once again, as always, a big thank you to all the fans, a big thank you to our cast and
Thank
crew.
you.
Big thank you to Clayton
Thank
McNinch, who's
you.
running production tonight.
Thank you.
Big thank you to Percy Haley, who does our art. And we will see you all next week for the penultimate episode of Lost in Leviathan.
Thanks, Joan. I'm crying.
Dude,
Little
great
hearts, little hearts, little hearts.
I love you all. Love you. Yes, I did ask that question because you said something, chat. You're welcome.